speed. He's the goods. He looked like the goods again tonight.
He's being selected by many, projected to be a top pound-for-pound best.
Because there's so many talented people, there's so many athletic people, but to be a champion, you need everything. You need gifts, you need athletic gifts, you need a sharp mind, you need a passion for the technical aspects of the game.
Welcome, fight fans, to my channel. This is Johnny, and today we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning Errol Spence Jr. Guys, we're going to be focusing on the world title fights that EJ has gotten into. When we think about pro boxing, we understand as fans the difficulty and the task at hand to even become a professional, let alone, hopefully, if you're a fighter, one day you would be able to battle for a world title. Errol Spence Jr. has fought for world titles 8 separate times. Before we break down those statistics, I want to talk a little bit about some more well-known facts of EJ. He is 28-1 with 22 knockouts. He holds a 79% career knockout to win ratio. He's currently ranked number 3 in the world in the welterweight division and number 8 pound for pound boxer in the world. EJ's 34 years old. He stands at 5'9", and he's a southpaw with a 72-inch reach. His adoring fans call him the truth, and he's a proud Texan. With his storied amateur career, Errol Spence Jr. had a lot of hype coming out of the Olympics, even though he didn't medal. All of those in the know all agreed that Errol was a fighter to watch. Now, it is a sport of what have you done for me lately. We'll let the boxing casuals leave the video right now because we're going to talk about the storied career and the path of Errol. Just because you have one loss doesn't negate the roadmap, the body of work that these fighters put themselves through. It's a pretty important statistic here. In 29 fights, EJ's fought for world titles 8 separate times. We are going to rewind the clock back to his first world title with Kell Brook, and we're going to take it all the way up until July 29th, his last one against Bud Crawford. We're going to go over the statistics, the records of his opponents, and talk about the outcome. If you look back 8 fights ago, he fought Kell Brook, who was 36-1 going into that fight. Kell got knocked out in the 11th. Lamont Peterson, 35-3, knockout in the 7th. Ocampo, 22-0, knockout in the 1st. Mikey Garcia, 39-0, UD in the 12th. Sean Porter, 30-2, split decision in the 12th. Danny Garcia, 36-2, UD in the 12th. Ugas, 27-4, knockout in the 10th. Bud Crawford, 39-0, and we know EJ lost that via knockout in the 9th. Overall, in 8 world title fights, Errol Spence Jr. is 7-1 with 4 knockouts. This is a very impressive statistic considering he doesn't even have a total of 30 fights, and more than a fraction of those are for world titles. The interesting question to think about is, what does he do from here? We know about the weight cuts. We know about how he's drained himself to get to 47. There's even videos of him in the amateurs fighting above 47. So the big questions are, will he be fighting at 47 again, 54 or 60? Wherever he's fighting at, I'm interested to see in the comeback. You don't have a kid who's a stellar performer in the amateurs, who's a world champion in the professionals, who loses one time and we just forget about him. So I wanted to make this video with the intention of reminding everybody of how special Errol Spence Jr. is. Guys, the statistics don't lie. 7-1 in world title fights. Most fighters, like I said, if you do a statistical breakdown, most pro boxers never even get to that stage to even fight for one. It is important to give EJ his flowers. I want to ask you, though, personally, who's your favorite fighter? If you want me to break them down statistically, if they have an upcoming match or a potential fight between 2 fighters, let me know who those guys are. Leave it in the comment section below.